That's a potential glimmer of light for Ukraine, with an announcement from the UK that it's to send tanks in a departure from what has been the policy of its Western allies up until now. I've been speaking to Yuriy Sak, advisor to Ukraine's defence minister, firstly about the missile strikes.
Over 30 missiles were launched at Ukrainian cities. The Ukrainian Air Defense Forces, according to our general staff, have been able to intercept 21 of them preliminary. Now, the most damage was done to the city of Dnipro, where blocks of residential flats was targeted by a missile. And as a result, for now, 5 people are confirmed dead, over 60 are wounded, and among them about 17 children. And the emergency works, the rescue works continue. There is a very high likelihood that there are still people under the rubble, and the emergency works will continue throughout the night to make sure that everybody who is still in need of help will receive that help. This is just another proof that Russia is a terrorist state, and it should be expelled from the international community, from the UN, from everywhere, because it is absolutely a disgrace that a country which is committing atrocities of this magnitude still has a seat on reputable international organizations.
Have Russian missile attacks in the past been this widespread, hitting the west, the north, the south, and the centre of the country?
Yes, this is the 12th massive missile strike, and in the past we've already had situations where different regions of Ukraine, across Ukraine, would have been targeted. Today, as a result of this strike, of course, more damage has been done to Ukraine's power grids, to Ukraine's electricity infrastructure. Some regions are now without electricity. Emergency power cuts and power outages are in place. So this is not new, but this is actually why Ukraine continues to say that priority number one for us is modern air defense systems, because without them, our cities will be at risk. It will continue to terrorize our cities.
I mean, we're constantly being told that Russia is running low on missiles, and yet it was able to fire, some 30 today? And as far as I understand, no drones were involved.
Yeah, well, exactly. Russia, on the one hand, we know for a fact that they are running out of these missiles. And if you compare the amount of missiles that they've been launching before to even today's strike, that number reduced. Because before, in the past, we've had missile strikes where even 100 missiles would be launched on the same day. At the same time, we also know that Russia continues to produce their own missiles. Our defense intelligence, a couple of weeks back, said that they still have stockpiles of missiles, which would be enough for at least 2-3 massive strikes. And one of them happened today.
Your president has welcomed Britain's offer of Challenger tanks. In what way will Ukraine be able to put them to use?
Yes, absolutely. We welcome this decision of the UK government to provide Ukraine with Challenger tanks. We are actually talking to all of our international partners with the request to provide Ukraine with heavy Western tanks, Abrams, Leopard 2. We need tanks to be able to continue deoccupying our lands. Tanks are used both for defensive and offensive operations. And of course, Western tanks, they have very clear advantages if you compare them with the Soviet-style tanks, because they have better armor protection, they have longer firing range. Tanks are crucial at this stage of the warfare because they will help us continue our counteroffensive. They will help Ukraine to actually achieve victory faster.
You are hoping that the British offer is going to trigger offers from other NATO countries?
We certainly hope so, and we know that on January 20th there will be a meeting in the Ramstein format, and we hope that other countries will follow the example of the United Kingdom and will extend their offers as well of providing to Ukraine Western tanks.
That was Yuriy Sak, advisor to Ukraine's defence minister.